Hello, this is the Jurassic expert here back. Next, we have a 1993 inspired Gallimimus paint scheme, but it's still really cool that Mattel actually took a nod at that, and they're going to be making a Gallimimus. I'm pretty sure, like, the paint scheme, don't get me wrong, it was awful, but it is still iconic in the Jurassic Park toy line. So yeah, and we get a look at a Dimorphodon that is green with yellow highlights for the pattern, and I gotta say, it looks really cool. I really like the Dimorphodons with their paint schemes lately. Just that they're going really crazy with the patterns and all that. I don't know why I like that so much. And next, we're moving on to the new Savage Strikes. They are going to have another Savage Strike Plesiosaurus. I don't know. I feel like, for some reason, this feels like a step down from their Plesiosaurus from 2019. I don't know, just that flat color, I don't like it. And I know a couple of other YouTubers agree with me. There's just something about that flat. I mean, I love the color tones. I don't know, there's just something about that flat color that I just don't like. But, I mean, it still looks pretty cool. Other than that, if you were to not compare them, it looks pretty cool. And next, we have the Monolophosaurus. It's a black figure with yellow highlights and an orange crest. I don't know. What is this? Our 200th Monolophosaurus? So let me actually see. So we have the first bow damage one. We have the Savage Strike one. We have the other bow damage one that has not come to the US yet. And we have this one. So that's for Monolophosaurus right there. Out of all of them, I don't know. I just don't like this paint scheme as much. I mean, not comparing it again, like without comparing them to previous ones. Like, if this was their first release, yeah, this looks cool, but I don't know, in comparison, it doesn't blend in very well. And here we have the Stygimoloch. I don't know how to feel with these ones. I really don't. Part of me likes them, the other part is just like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't know. I don't think that, unless these are actually going to be the designs of how they appear in Camp Cretaceous. If these appear in Camp Cretaceous at all, I don't know, they're kind of a mid thumbs up, thumbs down for me. I'm conflicted. Again, I mean, from a standpoint, not comparing them to their other designs, yeah, they look kind of cool, but then again, comparing them, seeing Mattel's potential, and then this, I don't know, it's not doing it for me. It's not doing it for me. I mean, it has like a light shade of gray over what, either a dark gray or a black plastic. It'll have dark red paint, and then at least like the horns and the dome will be painted white, and its beak will be kind of painted a tan color, and the eye will be painted yellow. The eye looks pretty nice, but yeah, I don't know. With a lot of these, I am suspecting that they'll change. Maybe some of them will be canceled. Again, that's what happened in 2019. We were expecting like twice as many Triceratops to come out, and half of those ended up not being released. Well, really, I say half. I mean one. And now let's move on to Sound Strikes. So we have another Baryonyx with what seems like a different tail sculpt, and this will be a Camp Cretaceous Baryonyx, codenamed Grim. And we have a Pteranodon, another Pteranodon to add to the massive flock. Um, you know, it actually doesn't look half bad. I'm not crazy about it, but it doesn't look half bad. Its color tones do blend in a lot more. They blend in a lot smoother. Um, and we're getting another freaking Triceratops with blue highlights. I did see something earlier about there being bioluminescent dinosaurs. So I wonder if this is kind of hinting towards that bioluminescence, which I'm actually realizing if they're going with bioluminescence, are we going to get glow in the dark dinosaur figures? As in, like the Night Hunters, because if that were the case, that is pretty effing cool. But other than that, though, like with the Triceratops, if it's not hinting towards the bioluminescence, it just kind of looks weird. And below that, we have the Ceratosaurus with the red colorings, the gray underneath, and a white horn and black highlights. So kind of similar colorations to the Jurassic Park 3 one, just a lot darker. And yeah, just that's it in a nutshell. It's just the same pattern, just with darker colorations. And then we have the massive biters, Albertosaurus. We're going to be getting an Albertosaurus in the main line, not just exclusive to battle damage. Again, like, I don't know. Before the Albertosaurus actually kind of had this really cool coloration, I would have been down with just 2 battle damage ones, but it's like, I don't know, the fact that they're kind of capitalizing on the Albertosaurus now, it's like, not too sure about that. But it does look pretty cool. It'll probably have a biting feature. And the arms will actually have an outward hinge articulation, unlike the battle damage one, which, I mean, that's the main improvement, I'd say, with this one. Paint was not too crazy about it. It kind of makes it look like a red-eyed tree frog in some ways. And below it, we have a Sarcosuchus. I don't know, this one I'm conflicted about as well, because, I mean, I love the paint scheme that they have for their original Sarcosuchus. I think it's a bit too soon for them to go with another one. Again, my opinions of these will change if these are the actual paint schemes that they'll appear as in the show. But if these are like the flat, just Mattel trying to make a quick buck off of a repaint, like, then, I don't know. The colors work and they don't work for me. The hints of orange on the side, that's a bit random. I don't know why they needed to include that. But yeah, I don't know. The colorations, I'm just really conflicted on that. I don't think they needed to include that little hint of orange. I think that makes it a little bit weird. I don't know. I don't like that they kind of used a purplish color as well. A reddish purple color. I don't like that as well. The gray underbelly, that could work, but I don't know, I feel like it's too soon for this to be a repaint for me, but that's just my opinion. Next, we have a gray Stegosaurus. This will be our third, Stegosaurus that will be released by Mattel. You know, this one doesn't bug me as much as the other repaints. Don't necessarily know why. I think it's because the colors are more consistent. I think that's it. It's because the colors are more consistent. Like, I didn't like the Dino Rivals Stegosaurus as much as I did the first Stegosaurus. I honestly think they should have just left it at that first one and just stopped it with all these repaints of Stegosaurus. But I don't know, it kind of looks cool with this gray coloration to me, but I don't know, that's just me. And next we have this weird looking Parasaurolophus. Um, I don't know what's going on with it. It has like this weird red highlighting on it. And from the looks of it, it's metallic as well. So, I mean, I'll get to it later, but there was mention of there being a bioluminescent Parasaurolophus, so I wonder if it's like bioluminescent red or something, and this is them trying to do that. But I don't know, it looks kind of similar to the one that we got last year in 2019. But, I'll take another Hadrosaur. Um, and next we have maybe a random raptor member to add to the random raptor squad. So, it is, I don't even know. I don't even know where they pulled this from. Like, I don't even know how I'd feel if I were to even see this in the show. But it is purple with red on it. I don't know. That color scheme, I don't like it. I mean, I'll probably pick it up anyway. I'll definitely pick it up if it does appear in the show. But I don't know. But coming from like in the mindset of somebody that's just wanting to get one raptor, I don't know, I wouldn't think that, like, if I were to choose one raptor, it would not be this one, out of Mattel's designs. I don't know, I don't think it would be this one. I just don't really like it. It kind of has it would be kind of cool for Halloween, actually. It kind of, with the, purple and the red and the orange eye. So, yeah, and we have a Baryonyx. This is a Baryonyx that is nicknamed Limbo. So, this design, I actually like. I actually like this design. Just because it has a real earthy feeling about it. It feels like it lives in a swamp. It doesn't look like it's got crazy colorations like all the other ones that they've announced have. Um, I mean, in my opinion, I like this paint scheme a lot better than the red one that we got earlier or later in 2019. And it does remind me a little bit of the green Baryonyx that we've already gotten. Hopefully, the brown on this Baryonyx will stay this brown, if not have a darker brown. Because that was a problem with the other one. It had highlights, but the thing was, it couldn't show through because there wasn't enough paint applied. So I hope it kind of turns out the way it is in this picture here. Yeah, so for today's reveals, that is probably going to be it. I actually want to cover the minis that we are getting. So we are getting a green Pteranodon, a transparent Indominus Rex, which from the looks of it might have a different sculpt. We are going to get Toro, and a bioluminescent Parasaurolophus. So this is where I was getting that bioluminescent stuff from earlier. We will be getting Baryonyx Grim, Baryonyx Limbo, and Baryonyx Chaos. Do we actually have a figure of Chaos? No, it does not look like we have a Mattel 3.75-inch scale Baryonyx, but we have one for the minis there. And it looks like we will also get a miniature of Bumpy. So, pretty much Bumpy, it seems like he's pretty much, or she is pretty much going to just be the Baby Yoda for the Jurassic franchise. But yeah, I think that's those are all the new ones. Maybe there's a different paint scheme with the Ankylosaurus. I'm not too sure. The image for me is too small. It looks like it has red colorations, which means in that case it is not a new repaint or anything like that. But I mean, pretty good lineup for the first official day of Toy Fair. and for the pre-show Toy Fair as well So that's going to have to wrap up this video, guys.